tough game. Big environment. They had a really good football team. We just played Michigan State. Thought they did a really good job. They made a lot of explosive plays. We did a lot of good things offensively. Couldn't find the end zone though in the first half. That was an obvious thing. Defensively we couldn't stop them in the first half and held them 6 in the second half. So two different stories, But we'll regroup and get ready for conference play. All the guys in the locker room, they had the right look in their eye. They weren't very happy. They understand what's about to happen. We're about to get into conference play, and so get ready to go to work tomorrow. And that's safe questions.
Coach, I know you talked about Coach Jared with the Daily News. We have talked about it before defensively in the first half, struggling to stop some teams. I guess, you mentioned it tonight. I guess what's it going to take to try to have some faster starts defensively instead of waiting until the second half?
Well, I think we're doing all we can do. I wish I had the answer for you there. I think we had the right calls. We were matched up in coverage, and a good talented receiver, was able to run a great route and get open, and the quarterback made a nice throw, and that happened several times. And when you play a good talented team like they are, those things are going to happen. But obviously we got to limit those explosive plays. And in the first half, they were able to just do whatever they wanted to do, whether it was running, throwing, whatever it was. So we were grouped in the second half, and we were able to put a good plan together. And and we got to, like you said, we got to find a way to start fast and next week. And I know our defense will regroup, and we'll get ready to go.
I guess from these last two Big Ten games, Indiana and now Michigan State, what's the biggest thing you guys learned from playing these caliber opponents in your conference play next week?
That sometimes this football team just keeps battling. We're always going to have a chance. We've been down in pretty much the last 3 games and by 2 touchdowns, and our guys just keep battling. And we got to fix the obvious problems. But even good football teams like we've played, you look at Army, Indiana, Michigan State, those are all really good football teams, and they'll all have a really good record at the end of the year. And so we've shown that we can beat those teams if we can put it all together. So now we got to go put it all together. That's probably the biggest takeaway, and our guys in the locker room know that. So it will be a tremendous challenge for us next week, because UTSA is an excellent football team, and they'll be just as talented. And so we got to find a way to get it done.
You mentioned not being able to punch it in the end zone in the first half of the offense. That's not really an issue you guys have had so far this year. I guess obviously Michigan State's a great team, but what did you see maybe once you guys hit the red zone, that area of the field kind of go wrong?
Well, obviously kicking field goals against a team like Michigan State's not going to win the game, but unfortunately it put me in a scenario of the 4th and 10s, and the odds are against you. So just getting points on the board, you just had to get what you can get. It was disappointing in the second half. We get down there to the 1-2 yard line. We had the penalties. Now all of a sudden you're looking at a 4th and long. Bailey hits Jareth and Stride, and Jareth, just kind of lost his balance there. And we fall down at the 1, turn the ball. That's going to be a touchdown. So, I wish I could tell you the perfect formula. I do know that. I love the fact that we're moving the football. I love the fact we're getting down there. I love the fact that we can score fast, because it always gives us a chance. So, again, I'm like a broken record. We just got to get all those pieces together, and hopefully it'll show up next week.
In the second quarter, they were going down 21-13, and then they won that big run, 21-3 to end the half. Kind of what did you see in that stretch there with guys? Obviously didn't score, but the field goal there from Braden, and then of course they kind of get hot there for a minute.
Well, I think you look at, we were kicking field goals, and so we're not able to keep pace with their touchdowns. And then defensively, they just had us totally off balance. They're hitting the deep shots, they're running the football, they're moving the line of scrimmage. So they really were able to do whatever they wanted. So it kind of put our defense on their heels. They're just trying to find stability. To just be honest with you, and it's tough to play defense when everything they're dialing up is working. So And then it puts pressure on your offense, you know, because your offense is now sitting here going, well, we got to score every drive. And so we just didn't have good balance there, you know. Offense is moving the ball, but we're kicking field goals and they're scoring every drive. So, you know, we came back in the locker room at halftime. I said, hey guys, score 0-0, play like it's 0-0. And the guys went out there and they did, you know, and they kept battling hard. So that I'm proud of them for that piece. But good football teams are able to put it all together, and that's what we got to do.
Coach, you know, the rushing defense kind of heading into this game has struggled a little bit statistically. Obviously, when you face an Army team, that's going to be different. Tonight, facing the nation's leading rusher, and Kenneth Walker, I guess, what did you think of, you know, your rushing defense tonight, and how do you know, continue to try to improve that when you know you've got a player like Sincere McCormick next week?
Well, it wasn't very good, obviously, because he had a great night. You know, they moved the line of scrimmage. He's an exceptional running back. He's hard to tackle. He proved it on film before we ever showed up here, and he showed it again tonight that, you know, he doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to make you miss, and he's going to have explosive play. So, you know, our run defense wasn't very good at all, you know, and that's pretty obvious. But we'll keep working on it, keep trying. You got to be able to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you're going to have a hard time. You know, and then, but they had explosive plays too. I mean, they had a ton of explosive plays down the field, taking shots, and the receiver number 1 for them is outstanding. But, you know, again, proud of the guys in the second half. You know, the defense holds them to 6. That's great. You know, we give up 42 in the first half and 6 in the second half. You know, we gotta find that balance and limit those points.
I guess from overall non-conference standpoint, you know, 1-3, obviously you play some tough opponents, Army, Indiana, Michigan State. I guess what's your overall, you know, your take on the non-conference before conference play starts? What you like? You know, obviously you want to be 3-0, but I guess some tough opponents obviously you guys play.
Well, this is definitely not where you want to be. I mean, you want to win every game. You know, it doesn't bother me one bit that we're 1-3. You know, we're going to look back on full body work at the end of the season, and I say it all the time. You know. Our number 1 goal now is to try to go get in conference play and be in a conference run to try to compete for a conference championship. You know, that's our number 1 goal. I won't lose any sleep tonight, and we'll go to bed and we'll sleep good. And we'll get up in the morning and get my jaw right and be ready to go to work for UTSA. And, you know, our guys know that football team that's coming to our house is a really good team as well. So we got to find a way to put all those pieces together. Nobody feels sorry for themselves. I didn't see one guy in the locker room, a coach or anybody, feeling sorry. You know, they'll all come to work tomorrow and try to find a way to get that first conference win.